Setting aside any formalities, and we are having an intriguing battle for the 7 kingdoms: Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, Southeast, South-South, North Central, and the capital. Yes, welcome to TepTV, and it's another day of political saga and mastermind and the strategies that are deployed to get the coveted seat. I remain your pilot in this voyage, and my name is Shoutout. Welcome once again, and for all our new members, I would say thank you for joining this coven of political analysts. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and like the video. Today we will be looking at the Game of Thrones. I titled this particular video The Game of Thrones ahead of the 2023 general elections. The leading aspirants, of course, after everyone have done their respective primaries that we expect, the leading aspirants are Atiku Abubakar, Bola Tinubu, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and Peter Obi are slugging it for the coveted seat. Today we just want to give a peek into what the battle, the Game of Thrones, look like on the political landscape of Nigeria. To start with, I'll bring to your notice that these 4 men have divided the Nigerian map into 4, not necessarily equal parts. They divided into 4: Kwankwaso in the northwest, Atiku in the northeast, Obi in the southeast, and Tinubu in the southwest. Tinubu controls a good part of the southwest. While he has made Lagos a stronghold, he is likely to get majority of his votes from Osun State. Yeah, that's the truth. Because if you check last time in 2011, ACN then got their majority votes from Osun State. Sometimes I ask myself, Tinubu is not from Osun State. Anyways, we'll be having some issues getting votes from Oyo State, but Lagos, Ogun, Osun, and Ekiti should be clean sweep. Of course, there are some little doubts around Ondo State, but it should not be so bad, Peter Obi, a former governor in the southeast, has it a bit more difficult. However, Atiku won all the states in the southeast in 2019 thanks to this particular man. Although he has some things a bit more difficult, Atiku would not have gotten those states without Peter Obi, at least even for the picture. Yeah, very true. Furthermore, there is this sense of brotherliness between the South-South and the Southeast. Other 3 competitors will be hoping to get a peek into these 2 kingdoms, but Obi should get the support, especially sympathy votes and brotherly votes. Also, the choice of vice, especially for Atiku, could make things sour. We move to the big man Atiku. Atiku controls the northeast, especially with the fact that President Buhari is not going to be pulling his weight as he did in 2015 and 2019. The north is currently free for all, and Atiku happily fits in. APC has chosen to zone the power to the south, and although this looked like a general consensus, some candidates refuse to step down. Of course, Ahmad Lawan, one example. Atiku is a legend in the north in a way, and he only lost to a bigger northerner in 2019. However, comment the hour, comment the man, Rabiu Kwankwaso. So of course, in the ideal situation, Atiku should easily cover all of the north, the northwest, and the northeast, at least. That's in the general polls. But Engineer Rabiu has stolen the hearts of the people, especially those in the northwest. He has pulled a lot of weight across Kebbi, Zamfara, but the biggest move is the hijack that is happening at the moment in Kano. About 17 members of the Kano House has defected to NNPP, and it would not stop there. Even Nasarawa has been bought into this gospel that Kwankwaso is preaching. Now, we'll go straight to the next part of this video. Who should be their running mates? Of course, I've explained already that running mates is very important in this particular strategic battle. So you have covered a particular region in the 7 kingdoms. You want to get a running mate in another kingdom such a way that you can get some votes from that kingdom that will be able to complement your votes in the other kingdom. 2 out of 7, and you're looking like you're going to win the ticket. Of course, except if your 2 out of 7 is not necessarily reasonable. Now, Peter Obi, let me start with Peter Obi. Peter Obi is revered by the youths in Nigeria ever since 2019. Of course, many people will say that it was because of Peter Obi that youths voted for Atiku in 2019. None of the contestants can offer this better than him. However, choosing a youth as a running mate is suicide. That's the obvious truth. Peter Obi, don't try it. Choosing a youth as a running mate is suicide. To get a better chance at winning, choosing a running mate is not for ceremony. They don't make it ceremony. It is very important. You need somewhere you don't have, but can get someone who will get you votes from there. And not just votes from there, lots of it. You can say that Obi did his job for the southeast and the south-south in 2019 for Atiku, as Atiku cleared every single place in the south-south and the southeast. And he needs a willing northerner at this moment. Just like the way Sambo and Jonathan combined together, he needs a chieftain in the north. So he declined Kwankwaso's merging. Kwankwaso was offering to merge with Peter Obi. He declined the merging, and then, which would have actually been great if you ask me my own personal opinion. But that's another matter for another day. Apart from Kwankwaso, there's also another guy called Tambuwal. Yeah, Tambuwal stepped down at the dying minutes to Atiku, of course, maybe collected some money if you think so. But the major thing there is that there's still that ambition in him, and possibly if there could be a merger, depending on how politics goes, between Peter Obi and say Tambuwal, for example, maybe, just maybe, Peter Obi could get the votes he's looking for and find the perfect vice for his party. Bottom line is, Northwest, get someone strong and get the seats. That's the bottom line for Peter Obi. For Atiku Abubakar, the rich man from the Northeast, while the trick in 2019 did not do the work, it was almost successful. He could have gotten more votes this time in the North, but now they appeared, he will still get more votes in the North, and it could appear to be enough. But for him to guarantee his seat in this tug of war, there's a need for him to still look for a vice who can help him to just balance the book, because among the four competitors, Atiku has the edge because he has a larger base. That's the reality. He has a larger base. The problem is that he needs a little more so that he can be guaranteed the seat. Should he go left and face the mighty elephant of Engineer Kwankwaso, or should he come straight down and face the eloquent ostrich Obi, or should he go diagonal and contend with the witty hyena Tinubu? So Atiku is spoiled for choice, but he must be smart too. Avoiding the battle and going to North Central would never be allowed in Nigeria, where North and South is important. So just like I mentioned that North and South is important, Christian Muslim is important. So of course, if he chose a vice from say North, whether it's North Central or it's Northwest, it's never going to actually be allowed. So he needs to come down South, whether it's tackling Obi or he's tackling Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we discovered that Atiku is smart for choice. He's spoiled for choice, but then he must make a smart one. So of course, he needs to avoid going to North Central, as I mentioned. So basically, Atiku is spoiled for choice. So the question is, he needs to make a smart move. Avoiding battle and going North Central would definitely not be allowed, because he cannot be having North. North and South is very important as far as Nigerian politics is concerned. So of course, he cannot meet Kwankwaso for the same obvious reasons that I just mentioned, whether as a friend or as a foe. Obi is an easier target because Atiku has done it before. If you look at the last election, he had a lot of his votes coming from the South and the Southeast. So it's a trick he had done before, and it's a trick that he can do again. The question is finding somebody within his party who can step in as his vice. Like I said, Obi is an easier target, especially also judging by the fact that the South and the Southeast are not completely backing Obi as their flag bearer, especially because there are a lot of parties who have in one stake or the other within that place. Of course, the PDP, of course, the APC. For the NNPP, they don't yet have a claim within the South and the Southeast. But those are some of the things, some of the controversies that we face in that place. However, there is a dark horse. So the dark horse for me actually will be Seyi Makinde in Oyo State, which would play, I feel Seyi Makinde, with what he had done so far in the last 4 years or thereabouts, as you mentioned, he deserves a bigger role within the PDP. Mr. Makinde can also become a big leech to Tinubu. If Atiku wants to go head-to-head with his biggest rival in this particular race, which is Tinubu, he could, instead of looking at getting somebody from the South or the Southeast, he could target somebody in the Southwest. And who better perfect than the current and the only PDP governor in the Southwest at the moment, in person of Mr. Seyi Makinde. So if you get Mr. Seyi Makinde, possibly with something that looks like an alliance, and then it could become a leech to Tinubu basically, and then the battle makes Tinubu uncomfortable. The witty hyena Tinubu himself has said it, that his time has come. Face it, he would get the highest votes in the Southwest. That's the truth. So we're talking about Tinubu now. The reality is that Tinubu will get the highest votes in the Southwest. And then it's also the fact that he's not going to get so much from the South and the Southeast, because the other Southern kingdoms are not really interested in him. APC is terrible in the South and the Southeast, and there are many bad blood. Of course, if you look at the last election, they barely won one state for President Muhammadu Buhari in the South and the Southeast, and they still won't now. That's the reality. He needs the North. Of course, based on obvious reasons I've mentioned, South needs to complement the North, so he needs the North, and it's either he chooses to face the elephant in terms of Kwankwaso, or he faces the majestic buffalo in terms of Atiku, and this is where he needs to make a particular decision. So for Tinubu also has to, Atiku would not break easily in terms of the Northeast. So if Tinubu chooses to go Northeast, Atiku will not break easily, so he may still not get enough votes from the south, from the northeast. And then Tinubu possibly will be targeting Kwankwaso, who looks like an easier prey. Kwankwaso looks like an easier prey with better opposition. But I still think that he still needs to get a strong running mate to rival Kwankwaso, or else it's going to be so difficult. In the end, I think Tinubu will be considering making sure he gets a clean sweep in the southeast, a near clean sweep in the north central, because that north central looks APC-ish in a way. So, and then you should forget the capital, because the capital does not favor the ruling party. Right from time memorial, anytime they are voting in Aso Rock, the ruling party is always losing. So he forgets the capital, and then I can't believe I'm saying this, but just hope something lucky happens, because the mathematics is not a balancing agreement. You know, when you're dealing with politics, you need to grab what is for you, what is against you, and what does not count. At the moment, he only has the southwest, the north central. Of course, the south and the southeast don't look like as if they are ready to vote for APC at the moment. Now he needs to face, do I go northwest or do I go northeast, depending on which one is his choice. And of course, coming to Rabiu Kwankwaso, for me, Kwankwaso needs someone obviously in the south, because at the moment, NNPP is doing so much of a great work in the northwest, but they have no popularity in the south at the moment. So there is a need for them to find an alliance that would help them to get something in the south. Where they get it, I really don't know. But the only option I'm looking like that is going to happen is possibly getting an alliance with another party, possibly a strong party, who will be ready to offer up a running mate in a merger that would aid Kwankwaso in his bid to becoming the next president of Nigeria. Now, what are the possible twists? It's obvious that APC will be facing some decamping. That is the reality. APC will be facing some decamping, especially from the south-south and the southeast factions. Like I mentioned, the APC in the south-south and southeast is not good at the moment. Also, their northern sectors, especially the northeast, bears another bad blood. The northeast bears another bad blood. Don't forget the fact that Ahmad Lawan came from Yobe State. So for the fact that even after the president had said that they had like a little consensus, and the governors too said something like maybe like a little consensus towards the south, still Ahmad Lawan refused to step down, even though he lost the primaries, of course. There are still internal issues in the Labour Party too. Of course, the Labour Party that Peter Obi, decamped to, there are some persons there who are feeling like, no, why should Peter Obi be giving the ticket automatically? Who is he? Where is he coming from? So there are a little bit of internal issues in the Labour Party, and Obi needs to make sure that they amend those issues. So these are some of the twists that we have. For Atiku has most of his party behind him, because this is not the first time he's their candidate, and he definitely has all of them support. Anybody who was going to give him issues before has already decamped with Peter Obi. And of course, when you now look at the case of Kwankwaso looks like the new bride for Nigerians. You know, the Kwankwaso's NNPP looks like the new bride for Nigerians. The only problem is that many Nigerians, especially Southerners, feel enough is enough with North. They don't exactly want to vote for a Northern president. But it doesn't mean that these two guys, in terms of Atiku and Kwankwaso, cannot become our next president. They can actually become our next president. We are just saying that the Southerners are not necessarily interested in a Northern president at the moment. But it's not cast in stone. It is what it is. Tinubu is also going to have it very difficult selecting a running mate. For the love of God, Tinubu actually is a Southerner and he's a Muslim. So he definitely has to choose a Northerner who is a Christian. You know, that's the way Nigerian politics works. So now the question I've been asking myself since when I've been trying to put together this video, who is that strong Northerner that is a Christian, that is into politics, that is in APC and will stand in properly as a running mate for aspirant Bola Ahmed Tinubu? So I think this is something that would cause sleepless nights for Tinubu. Many persons have suggested he choose this person, but if you categorize earlier for this person, there is none of them that has actually fallen into the category of a Northerner and a Christian. So for example, if he goes for another Northerner, which is the obvious choice, going for a Northerner is the obvious choice, and he chooses a Muslim, there are a lot of persons who will detest, saying they don't want Muslim to compete. Of course, if he decides to go for someone like Fashola does not even fit the bill at all, simply because Fashola is a Southerner and is also a Muslim. So at the end of the day, this is some of the things that, because since sleeping nights, but I want to believe that someone as witty as Tinubu has definitely thought about this a long time ago. So in this video, I would actually not be rating any of these guys based on who can win it, but I would like you in the comment section below to tell me who you think would win it, why they will win it, and who you'd love to win it, because of course it's possible that the person you would love to win it might not actually win it. So you just tell me who you think can win it, why you think that person will win it, and who you actually love to win. Okay, so guys, it's actually a wrap for this video. So, but before we go, there's actually a giveaway running on TepTV based on the June 12 celebration. So from now to the end of June, we actually have a giveaway running. So you bring 12 subscribers, June 12 subscribers, and you bring them to TepTV, send your screenshots to our WhatsApp number that will be displaying on your screen, and then once you send your 12 subscribers, you get credited with 2,000 naira. So the first 10 persons to actually come with their own 12 subscribers, of course, partakes in the 2,000 naira. So of course, you can also bring your 12 subscribers as many times as possible, and then the first 10 walks away with 2,000 naira each. Thank you very much for sticking with us throughout this video. Of course, like I said, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, smash that like button. Don't forget to give us your comments based on who you think would win it, why you think they will win it, and who you would love to win it. I remain your host, Shoutout. Bye for now.